Guys, welcome to another episode of Unfucking Motivated.
Hold on, that boy's.
What?
What?
Oh, I can't hear
We can
myself.
all hear you.
He can't hear. They can hear you.
I can't.
Look. See what I'm
We
saying?
can hear it. Yeah, that's.
There
We
we
can
go.
hear
There we
that.
go. There we go.
This is the beautiful stuff. This is why we have to have the camera on just a tad bit. Now, we've got Jamal right here, who's the co-host of this thing. We finally got Kat on here. Jesus Christ, y'all don't know. I've been fussing at her for 2 days.
Superstar.
Ab, are you just back in town or what happened? Matter of fact, how did the tournament go? And then we'll get you an introduction.
Man,
Did you win? No.
see now you just.
Okay. Energy dropped down. We're going to move on.
I lost out the buzzer. Let's just say that.
It was a buzzer, and he didn't beat it.
Yeah.
That being said, listen, Ab, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about what you do and how you know Jamal and Kat.
Oh, so yeah, I'm Ab from Dakar, Senegal, by way of New York. I'm a basketball player, a professional basketball player, and I do digital marketing. I have my own company called Wise Out, and I just help people with their branding and anything they need from like logo to branding and websites and everything that's like helping people like thrive with their business, pretty much. Yeah.
And guys, Ab's superpower is he's about 7'1".
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
That's the part he forgot. So what I did was, and I've told the story a few times, is I see Ab. Let me cut to the truth. Jamal texts me, says, "Hey, I got a buddy want to talk to you about some dogs. He's from Africa." I said, "All right, listen, I'll be over there in a second." And then I see how tall. I said, "Look, press play real quick. Let me record this." So I'm talking about how tall Ab is. Then some other Negro named Farron says, "Look, you know the dog dude. I need to get close to that dude because I think the most valuable asset in life is people, right?" Mm-hmm. So then Farron calls it in. Then Jamal says, "Hey, listen, I know you don't like talking to people, but you got to talk to these dudes." So then, because I posted a video with Ab, Jamal knows Ab, I meet Ab, then Farron knows Ab, then Farron brings Jericho, and it's turned into a whole thing. Mm-hmm. All because of one post. So I live by one concept, and this is a rule that I've implemented with Jamarcus and many people. Press play posts. A lot of people get in their own head. They think they got to do a high-end edit. I built all my pages off mismatched socks and flip-flops. And then, of course, clarity and communication. I'm a dog man. I'm always be a dog man. I do not need to dress up to talk about dogs, but I do have to read, which I do a lot of. So, Kat, please introduce yourself. Tell them what you do and your superpower.
My superpower.
Yeah, we all got one now.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm Kat. I'm from Kansas City. I moved to Dallas a few years ago. Met Jamal off rip. We decided we were compatible. Started a few businesses. We dibble dabble here and there in a few different things. So yeah, credit repair, business consulting, building business credit. Really, just overall goal consistently is to help people improve in whatever area of their life we can help improve in with the experience and the network that we have. So that's what we do on a daily. My superpower. Man, that's a tough question.
It's only tough because you never thought about it that way.
It's that's got to be what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you, Jamal's got a power of bringing people together. Mm-hmm. I have the irony is a lot of people like me, but I don't like people, and so it's like, dude, Trev is the meanest person, but everybody knows this nigga. Everybody likes his ass. I don't know how this works, but I know how to work well with people. So I just go back to the room like the Bat Cave. But my superpower is actually uplifting people, kind of like Kat does. I do it in a very unique way because it's off-putting. And I think Ab's superpower is thinking. He finally started thinking about getting out his own way because he started posting more.
For sure.
which I definitely, I just met. I'm like, yo, my man, what are you doing? You got it. You got to post something and get out there because you only can attract what you're doing a lot of times. And if you're not sharing nothing, then why would anybody want to get involved with you per se? So think about your superpower. And then we got to ask the question before I forget because I've been forgetting till the end. You two explain to people what keeps you motivated. The title of this is Unmotivated. I hate motivation personally, but you got to get up and do something every day. So we might as well do something we love or something we like. So what keeps you guys motivated?
Ladies first.
I think there's a lot of different things. I'm the opposite of unmotivated. I'm a very motivated individual. So just personal, as far as personal achievement, success, hitting my own milestones, things that I put in place for myself, but also just understanding where several of my family members came from and the things that they've had to go through, like being able to then turn around and help take care of them the way that they've always taken care of me. Like that's something that's super important to me. But yeah, I would say the biggest thing every single day is proving to myself that I can do it. You know what I mean? And that, you know, at the end of the day, I can make impact on other people, you know, on my path to success.
Yourself, Ab?
It's pretty similar to hers, actually. I mean, we were just joking about it, how even my name on Instagram is motivated. It's a bit spelled different, but
Was motivated by hate, though.
exactly. So it's not necessarily like hate per se, but like the concept behind it is I always, especially being an athlete, if somebody said something or that I didn't like or I didn't necessarily get the result that I wanted, I'll use that to fool me and then fuel whatever I'm doing next. So all it takes is for me to see like somebody say you can't do this, and I'm just gonna like go ahead and do everything to do it. Prove to myself.
Now, how long does that normally last, though? Because you know, you ever seen the movie The Revenant?
The Revenant. Yes.
So you remember Tom Hardy says you did all that for revenge,
Yes.
and he kills him and says yes, and then he
Pretty
moves
much.
on. But you go, you know, there's good and bad energy can't be created nor destroyed. So how long do you live in that like kind of negative space to like hit a nigga over his head?
That's the
with
thing.
the fuck you.
That's the thing. It's only negative if you let that fuel become a bomb or a fuse within yourself. If you know how to transmute it, in some shape or form, you have to be some type of an alchemist to where you transfer that energy and make it become the fuel that you need to keep doing what you're doing. So if you rechannel that energy, you can take it from a negative standpoint to being something positive, because now it's your motivation. You don't get tired anymore. You're using that to actually be good at whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just going to become like your like discipline per se.
Okay.
I feel like there's a fine line between that being healthy and it being unhealthy. You
Absolutely.
Know what I mean?
No,
feel
I
like
know.
that's what you're
And-
talking about. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the part
it's
I'm
not-
asking because
It's not always healthy. I'm telling you this. I mean, I'm stubborn. I'm hard-headed. So there's the good side and the bad side. The good side is I'm going to see things through. The other things is like, even if it's not working, I might not see it because I'm still looking at the end result.
fixated.
Yes, but at the same time, that can actually be a good thing, because while a lot of people will quit for much lesser things, you will just keep going until you probably see it through.
Have you ever created a system to prevent yourself from getting locked into a dark place like that? So before I do something crazy, I used to call Edwin Birch. I'm like, yo, my man, am I tripping? Yes, Trev, you tripping. You need to just let it go. I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna let it go.
Well, now I have this incredible tool called ChatGPT to talk to about ideas. And there's another one called Validator.ai. So whenever I think I'm tripping, I'm just asking him, hey, do I have something here? And then
So his best friend is computer people. That's what he's
Pretty
saying.
much,
His-
yeah.
the computer is the only person he trusts.
Yeah, they're objective. They're not. They don't trip. They'll
objective.
tell you. They don't care if you like them or not. They will just be objective with you. So
So then, is it hard for you to take constructive criticism from a friend of yours? Even then,
usually, believe it or not, people come to me for advice and things to say. So I don't have necessarily that many people I can like reach out to and say those kind of things.
yeah, I ask the questions. I get it.
So usually people come to me. They don't even think of me actually having something to ask them, and which is a bad thing, I think, because I also need advice. I don't know it all. So even the name Wise Owl, that's how I came up with it. That's what they used to call me. Like every time they need something, I know some friends of mine that I actually went to school with, and they'll ask something. I know the answer to it, but in their mind, there's no way that I know it. So they're saying I'm lying. Just because, human beings, that's how they think. If they can...
Are we saying human beings or Negroes? Which one?
Both.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
Let's
so...
just be honest here, man. Let's call it like we see it. Brothers always think somebody lying.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Bad Grandpa?
Yeah, Bad Grandpa.
So remember this at the kids. My grandpa thinks you're cute, and everybody. And then when he got to the black woman, she said, "How you know what he said?"
Exactly.
It's like the one doubting person was that one black woman. Like, nigga, shut up. That nigga didn't say that.
No, but that's true. Like, as human beings, like I feel like humans as a whole, we have this habit of breaking things down to make them consumable. Like, for us to understand things, like, we can't just grasp the big concept. We just have to break it down into bits and pieces so we can just assimilate them. So that's the problem. So when you know something without knowing why you know it, and you regurgitate that information, for some people that's overwhelming. That's when I learned to
I
shut
like
up
that
sometimes.
word assimilation, man. I'm not gonna go where I want to go with it. I'm gonna let it go.
This guy.
But when we start talking about look, I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah. There you
Listen, so you and Jamal know each other. Go ahead and walk them through you guys' story, guys. And I told you, the first 20 episodes is to help people find their voice. Definitely get people comfortable. Clearly, Ab's pretty comfortable, but you want to get these people into a groove of like really learning, how to communicate via this thing and talk like we're just talking to ourselves or amongst ourselves. So, how you and Maul get to know each other? Y'all both from New York, and then what's kept you guys' relationship good? And then Kat can tell us, let me see the right question to say. The right way to say it. Jamal's got friends she does and don't like.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know, to be clear, who's who, but she can walk us through, what's it like. Because mind you, I don't know if you guys know this, Jamal and Kat, they're not just partners. They partners. And they spend every waking hour together damn near. and they run a business together and they're like-minded and they're a good balance. As Jamal goes out and he's like me, I start running around and we keep finding opportunity. Then she tightens up the operations and makes sure that it can work. And for me, Jamarcus does a lot of that. And mind you, I did it for 10 years by myself, but I had a team of accountants. When I was running T-Fit, I have everything. Lawyers, everything. I didn't have to worry about nothing. So anywho, how'd you guys meet, Marv? Feel free to chime in and tell a little bit about, what it means to have a friend like Ab still in your life and how long you guys have known each other.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. We know each other through an individual named Charlie.
The hood
character,
agent.
the hood agent. We call him the hood agent. Shout out to the hood agent, man. If you need a job,
That's a good Instagram handle, boy. He need to take that one up.
well, guess who got him that name?
Who?
Me.
Yeah,
The wise
The
owl.
wise
The
owl.
wise owl, not Ab. The wise owl.
The wise owl, yeah, not Ab, yeah. Like that's my alter ego. So the wise owl got him that.
Can you imagine somebody 7'1" with an alter ego? You're like, who you gonna be? Who gonna be bigger than you, brother?
I think my alter ego about like 6 foot. He can find shoes that fit, clothes that fit. He doesn't hit his head on door frames and stuff like that. So yeah. But anyway, I think Charlie was the common denominator. Basketball. Let's just say that. Yeah. That's how we started.
Yeah, basketball, man. Basketball is a big but small world at the same time.
For sure.
Opened up a lot of doors, made a lot of different kind of connections and friendships. And, us being from the land, the same place, just kind of make things easier to kind of keep on connecting. So I fell out of contact with a lot of the folks that I dealt with and then started like rebuilding my network out here in Dallas. And one of the homies that I deal with, the shout out to the Brody, Sean Fit. Him and Ab.
Don't forget to add the 21.
Sean 21
Sean
fit.
21.
Sean
fit.
21 fit. Get it right.
It used to be 21 indeed.
21 indeed.
I remember.
But yeah, man, Sean, man, just started bringing me back around because I've been chilling, just trying to really figure out this serial entrepreneurship stuff, man. And sometimes I get in my way and go in my bat cave, and I started just popping back out because fresh to just see new faces, spark new ideas and stuff. And ran into Ab again, and it was like shit. Like we picked right back up. Like
Very refreshing, I'm guessing.
It was very
Facts.
refreshing, man. So I told him about, we started getting, reconnecting a little bit more. I started telling him about some of the little business endeavors I was thinking about doing. And he pretty much was just letting me know the services that he did. And down the line, a couple months later, I had the opportunity with our business to kind of implement him in that. And shit, appreciate you, bro. Made
Thank
the
God.
right choice.
Yeah, thank God.
You're welcome.
Oh, man, I fought hard. Nigga.
I know. I remember. I appreciate
fought
you,
hard,
man.
bro.
And that was
for
one of
trusting me.
that was one of those proven moments too, where you got to be like, yo, you got to trust that I got a good guy here, knows what he's doing. Versus we got to go this route. Nah, you don't. We can get it done.
Yeah, man, and like beside basketball, it's just we had a lot of conversation of future, legacy, what we trying to build, and that's when those conversations started to get a little bit more meaningful, a little bit more deeper, trying to figure out how we could change the trajectory of what's going on and how fast we could get to our end goal, whatever our personal vision was, and how we saw ourselves and what we wanted to leave behind. So it was cool, man.
For sure.
And Kat, since you've been again, and we're gonna do some fun episodes with Kat, believe me. But
know what
I
that
know you've
means.
met a plethora of Jamal's friends, and clearly I got to enjoy Tree and his rhetoric the other day. along with, Ab has been refreshing to mind you even before you left, before Ab went out to, where'd you go to, Nebraska or Oklahoma?
North Carolina.
Oh, see, I'm way off.
Yeah, you
I'm in the wrong state completely.
States out your ass.
But I just said, Ab, let's link up. Let's sit down and talk a little bit about the future and some other stuff because I still, firm believer. I met Ab through Maul. I haven't known him no more than 4 months, but I do believe he has a bright future ahead of him. Yes, and I don't know what it looks like. The beauty about anything, I think, when you're an entrepreneur, is you never know what's going to happen. What you have to do is do the work every day. But, what's been one of your pleasures in meeting Ab and just seeing him and Jamal connect and be friends in a sense? I don't, mind you guys, I'm not a friendly person, so I see this shit, it be throwing me off. Even sending somebody a message, I don't talk to my mama. So Maul be like, yo, y'all at the gym? I'm like, this is weird. So I know Ab checks in and Maul checks in on his people regularly. And I think clearly Kat does because she has a family that comes and visits. So all of them have a dynamic that I don't understand. So I'm learning very fast. But, what's one of the things that you enjoy most about their relationship?
I would have to say that Ab is he's one of those grounded friends, right? Where, he's not going to sit there. He's not a yes man. He's not going to sit there and tell you, you know what I mean? Oh, that's a good idea. If he thinks it sucks, he's going to tell you, yo, that's stupid. Why would you say that? You know what I mean? And I feel like that's good because I feel like a lot of people find a lot of value in Jamal. You know what I mean? And they're excited about what he's got going on. And so I think people find it tough to challenge Jamal sometimes. You know what I mean? So Ab is definitely just one of those grounded friends. He's willing to challenge you, willing to, force you to be uncomfortable and grow and be better. And I think he seeks the same type of thing because, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you probably don't have a ton of friends that are willing to do that around you either. No. You know what I mean? So it's a cool dynamic. It's a friendship, but also, again, they're able to talk business. They've now done business together. You know what I'm saying? That's, as an entrepreneur, that's an ideal relationship to have because at the end of the day you can kick it, you can have a drink, not with Ab because he don't drink.
Won't drink, won't have
you know what I mean? But
Ab, I'm telling you right now, if I can build something and you worth $100 million, you gotta take a shot, bro. 100 mil.
But that's what I'm saying. So you can go pull up at the Korean spot with Ab at 2:00 in the morning.
Likewise, that's what I did.
You're shit faced. I'm sober as hell. You still gonna go have a good time.
Food,
you know what I mean?
I got you. Any kind of food you want, we could rock.
But then the next day, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna link up and you're gonna talk business and be right back on track. So that relationships like that are extremely valuable and they're hard to come across.
So then, do tell me this then. Why don't you believe and I'll make a statement. Why don't you think that more friends that Jamal has, then challenge him and definitely chime in on this because I think when you say value, Jamal is of value, to be clear, people. He can connect 1,500 dots. Challenges is 9 out of 10 niggas gonna drop the ball. Yeah. So when she says, hey, Jamal's of value, they think of him and see him like, yo, this is the value, but they don't know how to add value. So they consume, which is where I could see why nobody would come and even chastise him about growing. But I'm like, I probably probably one of the most fussiest people y'all probably ever met because all I do is just I think I'm the most valuable thing. And I've proven that because we get up and we do the work every day. And I ain't waiting for, and there's no disrespect to anybody. I ain't waiting for nobody. Jamarcus said here when I laid out James' website in an hour and just using the layout, there's nothing I don't think I can't do. That's the problem though too. So I have to pace myself by letting, Jamarcus, do things at times so he can learn to be better. And even Kat, she made a statement like, hey, I want a percentage if you do the pet insurance business. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Because I'll give her 50%
just
because
so
I know how to make it work. And then because of the value add, I can go in and I can get people to sign up. Right. I know for a fact if I do something this value and I go talk to Tuve, he got to meet one of my mentors per se, which is Chris Moore. And he looked like a goofy white dude, but that motherfucker's brilliant. Yeah. And when he starts talking about dogs, he goes somewhere else. You ever seen the movie The Soloist?
The Soloist.
Yeah.
I'm a movie guy, people, if you're going to figure that one out. But Robert Downey Jr. is a line in there. Here he goes, when was the last time you were that good at something? When he's playing that thing like that, you're somewhere else when you get into that zone per se. So in this case, when you're looking at value, you say, people come to Jamal, and even if it's me, like it's a dog, people like, oh, Trev, Can you find a Dutch Shepherd? Can you find this? Yeah, I can. Who's it for though?
Mm-hmm.
Do they know what they're getting involved in? Because this ain't no fucking pussy dog. If you don't have the time, like we deal with Ego and Tron and walking them and training them, that is not the dog you want to invite into your home. It will destroy everything. So what do you think the biggest challenge is when people come to you and basically want to deplete you or consume you versus add value to you? Because clearly Ab's a value add. And I got to tell you this. I don't know if I did tell you. That day, you remember you met Rich and Serena?
Yeah.
But they was like, when you walked up there, they're like, Trev, pause. Because Rich is from New York too.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, that's a good dude. they were like, and Serena's like, no, Trev, no, that's a good dude. And mind you, I've enjoyed, every moment I've gotten with you, Ab, and we shoot the shit and we'll link up. And that facial commercial, the coach is tight because I shot it at 9x16. She's like, damn, you didn't shoot it long ways. I was going to use that for a commercial. I said, well, I was shooting it for your comrade, not
Nah, you take it.
technically. So I said, she's like, that's one of the best ones. I need it. I said, nothing I can do for you. I'm sorry.
That's it. That's all you could do.
But even from like a challenging you standpoint, in what ways do you like to be challenged, Kat? In what ways do you like to see Jamal be challenged? And even in what ways do you like to be challenged? Because people say that a lot of times, but unfortunately, and guys, I got to be candid. African Americans, they live in a state of pride and ego. And unfortunately, if somebody says something to them, they'll start, getting combative versus digesting what they're saying. So all of my associates, Chris in his 40s, late mid-40s, Ruben in his 50s, when they come with correction, they don't lack poise. But if they was like, Trev, shut the fuck up. Tim Callahan's the other day, I was cutting a teacher down. He said, shut up. I'm quiet because I respect Coach Callahan. And I walk off. Simple as that. That man, if he said it, I didn't cross a lot of lines. He didn't let a lot go. If it's time for me to shut up, he means shut up. I got to move on. Yeah. So it is. I mean, if any of y'all, I was like, yo, you got to cut that out. I got it. But mind you, 9 out of 10, I'm just quiet anyway because I don't want to talk to them niggas no way. But the other part is in what ways, and you guys go around the table, do you like to be challenged? Have you been challenged? And are you looking to be challenged?
I think Ab, I think Kat also said it too. It's just like not being surrounded by like yes men, right? Most of the time, those are people that probably just want to be around you for a good time or whatever good endorphins that they're getting from just being in your presence or whatever the case may be, or when a bunch of people link up. I think for me, a lot of people more so are still trying to figure out their situation and how they could evolve also. So it's like it kind of just depending on what state the person's at, it's kind of hard for them to, try to relate or try to close a certain type of gap.
Yeah.
Be comfortable with having those kind of conversations. So it just
give us an example though. Give it an example. Like, what's an uncomfortable conversation you've had where you were like, yo, this nigga ain't getting it, but they definitely are pulling from that energy. I can tell you this. I've seen, there's been enough people to come through the house.
Yeah.
And Ab is one that I for sure feel he's refilling.
Yeah.
And I get up every day and give away energy. I've got nothing left at the end of the day. By the time I'm done, because everybody calling my phone asking about a dog thing or something business related, right?
There's a lot of leeches out there.
Yeah, I'm spent. That's the truth. And I get it because I'm giving with looking for nothing in return, but I'm also hoping even with us doing this that, it levels us up.
Man, I could give a few examples of people that I don't deal with, but that don't really count. The people that I do deal with, I'm still new to the podcast shit, so I got to be able to put the story out in a way where they don't know it's exactly them. So we're going to have to skip that.
Yeah. Rule number 1, no names.
Yeah, just say no names. If they feel some type of way, then it was them.
Man,
that's on them.
Yeah, man. You go ahead.
Don't let Trev hype you up, bro. You got the right thoughts.
Listen, people. Here's the thing. Look. The point is if at some point, Kat, Jamal, you guys get worth $100 million. Let me ask you this: is any of them niggas that's ever been a problem you ever gonna be sitting at the table with you when you worth $100 million?
You don't got to help everybody. They don't got to be at the table.
Think about the question.
They don't got to be at the table.
But you never. Every time you elevate financially, it's very difficult for you to deal with peasants, as Rick James would say.
For the most part, but we driving from Houston listening to a nigga, Mr. Wonderful. about an hour and a half. He invests in everything if it makes sense.
And mind you, he has the money to invest, but he also will talk to you like a dog, won't he?
Oh, for sure.
That's for sure.
He's
For
ruthless.
sure. So look,
See, you hear Ab?
they got to be able to take that part though. You know what I mean?
They don't. Mr. Wonderful, my ass, like he's not. He's not that player.
You can't be wonderful at that.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
mind you, look, keep in mind, he's bringing that up. Most people think I like, I'm always, it seems like my mouth's always running, but I put on some good stuff. I listen to a lot. You go to my YouTube, it's Forbes. It's definitely interviews with Kevin O'Leary, Gary Vee, and I listen. So if you think about it, especially even in the crypto space when it was popular, Gary was teaching people how to draw community, create community in crypto. Yeah. Mark Cuban, he was figuring out how to understand the transactional part of it. Absolutely. Kevin O'Leary was defining how to bring it in and justify it in the finance world because he plays such a huge factor in how it's seen foundationally across so many financial sectors. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to all of them heavy, and it's just like, damn, I got 14 seasons of Shark Tank in there I paid for.
Absolutely.
But fast forward, I'm looking at even how they deliver things on social media. You go, everyone has a different component in how they deliver a message. Mm-hmm. And each one of them add a lot of value. If you can collectively get an idea of what they're saying, you go, this could be something very interesting.
Well,
long term.
They have a big void to fill at Shark Tank.
Yeah.
For Mark.
Yeah, he's going
to exit. I'm telling you. I mean, that's how you know though. It's all about timing and what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I know I was watching Shark Tank mainly because of him. And
for sure.
Like I said,
season 2 is
even when I met him, like a couple of the runs that we have at his practice facility, like I told him, like, listen, I'm one of like, and me, I'm not a fan of nobody, but I'm just saying, I told him like, you're one of the people that I like the most, and it's not even just about the basketball side. It's really because of Shark Tank. Like, if I was to mirror and said there was somebody that I would like to, kind of mirror my activities and what I'm doing later, that would be it. Like, just be in the sports industry, tech, and all that, and everything that just, and
it makes sense.
Yeah, and he's another one that would tell you like, hey, you're doing this, X, Y, Z. This is good. That sounds amazing. That's just not my lane. But if you do this and that, you might succeed at it. He's not, selfish with the tidbits and advice that could change your life.
But that's also changed the narrative on how people perceive wealth. Mm-hmm. People think someone who has wealth, like Mark, ain't got nothing to lose, bro.
No.
As he said in even one episode, he said, if you don't do this, I'm still be fucking rich.
Oh, for sure.
That's literally what they bleep it out, but you go, I'm gonna still be fucking rich. So when you look at those guys who constructively criticize a good or bad idea, listen, I'm glad it worked if it did, but I don't think it's gonna work because most people can't go from A to Z. And then they emulate this idea of a goal and don't know how much work really goes into it. But go ahead and talk about your goals. And guys, we're gonna get Maul to tell the truth about some of these niggas that ain't worth a damn. I'm gonna tell you that right because I'm happy to. Ain't nobody looking for Maul. That's the thing. It's like nobody's really looking for him. And when he's worth $100 million, I'm gonna tell you right now, what happens is the house gets bigger, the land gets more clear, and it ain't a big house because you got more money. It's like, yo, I want to be further away from people, so I ain't gotta fuck with none of you idiots. And then it's hard, like. I'm telling you right now, can't nobody. You have to if you don't have a walkie-talkie person for me. Once I hit it, you ain't never reaching me.
So pretty much, he's moving to prosper. That's what you're saying.
I don't know where he's headed, but I'm gonna tell you, the concerns they diminish. And it's like Damon John for those New Yorkers. You start off in this borough in a house, and then you keep elevating, and you get to a point where you're worth $350 million. I'm not worried about the same things I was worried about at 20.
No.
Them niggas ain't even got through time of energy. Like, nobody's going to look for nobody no more. Them young days, that nigga says, even 50 Cent, he'll talk some shit, but he ain't walking around with no bulletproof vest on no more.
No.
Too much money in these streets, and he's still going to talk shit because he's like, I like to fight. He will tell you that, but he ain't going to look for it because there's too many other opportunities. He's wearing a suit. He's dressed up, and there's a certain way he wanted to see himself, and he's continuing to elevate. So I'm a big fan of 50 myself.
For sure.
Kat, what ways do you like to be challenged, and what are some things you do to challenge yourself even?
Let me be clear. I don't like to be challenged.
As a woman, that's what a woman like that. You say something to her, shut the fuck up.
I don't enjoy being challenged. However, I understand that it's a necessary evil, and every single time you run into those challenges, some way, somehow, you go through the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, and you come out on the other side better, smarter, richer. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, something improves on the other side of that challenge. So I think it's something where it's a matter of emotional intelligence, and you accept that as a necessary evil in your life if you know that you want to excel and continue to grow. You know what I mean? So,
that's good. That's clear.
Specific challenges? Is that what you're asking about?
No.
Okay.
You can specify over time. And mind you, the beauty about a podcast is you can go back and review, listen, and say, man, I could have said this different, or, hit them with another line. Ab, what about yourself? What other ways do you like to be challenged since you don't have people that, pick up the phone and say, Ab, I wonder if you could do this. Mm-hmm. You have to think about, man, let me go learn this on my own. And then maybe one day it might be applicable to an opportunity that I'm building with someone else, like Jamal or Kat or whoever.
Yeah, I think because of my demeanor, most of the times people feel like I got it together and I know what's going on. And I might not be the most vocal person either. I'm like very much like a lone wolf sometimes. So like I just get some things done. So it's just one of those things that are hard to actually go through. And when I need some advice, like I say, I have like a couple friends that I could reach out to that would talk to me, but some of them don't necessarily get it. I feel like one of the hardest things is like having a vision and in your head it's clear. Now you just have to get it out from your head to like maybe pen and paper or just out and from ideation to launch. But the problem is it's not that simple of a process. As simple as it is to just think of it. Like it's not that simple.
Yeah.
You can have an idea. That's why people have an idea, a great idea, and sit on it for years. No action, because there's no plan. There's no way to execute it. And funny thing is, that's what I'm good at with other people. If you come to me with your issue and whatever you need to do, I can tell you how to do it. But when it comes to me, it's like, it's either I overthink it, I want it to be too perfect, so I would just like wait, and those are the things that I would say those would be my challenges to where like now I change my thinking process to where if I think of it, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And if it works, it works, and 9 times out of 10 it does because you put the work behind it. And if it doesn't, there's this thing called rebranding, like just and learning and just redo it again.
Wipe the matrix.
Like
I was never there.
Man, that's the club mentality. I'm telling you. You see how like these clubs, they always at the same location.
It changed the name.
Oh, changed the name.
They got shut at that other club. What are you talking about?
There's a new owner, same ownership. Doesn't even, they just switching the names and all that, and you just keep going. Oh, it's a new whatever.
So we it sounds like we need to create a section where people can submit their business ideas or market stuff and call it Analyze with Ab.
Yeah. No, not Ab. Ab is not good at that. Wise out.
That's his
like
alter
that.
6 foot ego.
I like that.
He came
Ab
out a whole
doesn't know
foot.
anything. Ab doesn't know anything, but little me, he knows everything. Or close to it.
Okay. So
if
Ab,
he doesn't, he will go research and come back.
Ab, what's something else you want people to know about you? Because Ab will probably be on a few episodes, people. We're just on episode 6 or 7?
6, I think.
6, yeah, one of the others. And mind you, the first 20 of my experience have been, especially with people who haven't done it. Because you've been on a few podcasts, but how many people want to start a podcast and can't finish it?
Oof.
Yeah. So you like, how do we get to 100 episodes? How do we validate those 100? I've already told you, Marcus, kind of our goals with creating drinks and even more importantly, distributing more information and doubling down on content through 2024. And even through the wintertime, people, there are phases of social media growth. So you think about it, the next 3 weeks, you could grow your following, depending on how good you are, by 300,000. I'm not exaggerating because everybody and their mama, like during COVID, is going to be sitting at home. Mm-hmm. So once them kids get out of school and people are sitting still, what are they going to be doing? Watching fucking TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So I've told anybody that I work with business-wise, I said, you want to grow literally. I'm like this. Even ourselves, I think we had like 619-something thousand on 620 on YouTube. We'll be at 700 by the time January 5th comes when people go back. So if not more, I know exactly what to do. and it's because we're back into a viewer state. And when we were there, I told people, I said, look, COVID's coming, or it was coming, it's going to shut things down. I said, now it's time to grow your fucking accounts. Grow your damn accounts. I seen some today where that dude, Charlie D'Amelio, making like 13 bands a day.
Oh, wow.
And we're talking off of a post. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all they do is press play and post and move on. Mm-hmm. They literally don't be doing nothing.
Yeah.
But they got 118 million followers.
Yeah, and it's just that so many of their posts flop, but they only see the ones that succeed.
But a flop on them still 62,000 likes.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They've done so many that
Yeah.
flop, but that's what people don't see. Usually people just see the ones that succeed and think they can just up and do it. And then when they don't get the same result, they get discouraged and quit, not knowing that they put the miles behind it. Like they took like probably 10, 20 videos. I mean, you could be lucky and have like a one hit, like you just do it once and it works, but the chances of that are very slim. But,
Very slim.
you know.
So we're going to close this one out with everybody telling everybody about their best business ideas. So what that means is, guys, if you were going to have $100 million exit, and you put it on paper, they're like, this is going to come to life. I'm going to do this one day. What's the one business that you think that you're going to build, or you're building now, that's going to change the world or change your life?
That's a good question.
I don't have it yet. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make some shit up. I don't have it yet. I don't know.
Let me tell you this, and I tell you, I love that so much. Only for the purposes, a lot of people don't know how to say I don't fucking know. I'm the first person to tell you I don't know, but I'll be like this. I'm gonna call Chris tomorrow. I'm gonna call Ruben, and they gonna know. But keep in mind, what I do know is at this moment in time, just based on me being in the home with Kat and Jamal, they're doing a lot of work, and Amazon wasn't Amazon because it sold a book. He solved distribution challenges and was working through that. Facebook, remember, you saw the movie and I've read the book. It was Facebook. It was the Facebook. Everything matured. And Steve Jobs was fucking disappointed because he thought he was going to sell a million computers and couldn't sell 1,000 of them bitches. And computers were deemed evil. So you go through your 10 to 20 years of work. Foundationally, what you founded your idea upon is not where you're going to end up. And if it is, it's because it was going to take time. And I'll finish with this perspective. 20 years ago when Apple started, Steve Jobs built a computer so that he could speed up people's ability to learn, especially in lower educational areas, which means he wanted every person in the U.S. for sure to have access to a computer, but it was going to cost too much money. So fast forward 20 years later, now every school damn near, especially your high-end ones, have found the money to send kids home with Apple's, was iPads and Air Max. Chromebooks. Now we're ready for it, right? And he's no longer here, but 20 years of work when foundationally he just wanted to close the gap of education worldwide. Definitely within the lower end communities here. And that meant a lot to me because I was in one of those lower end areas. I remember the first time I saw an Apple computer with the little logo with 6 colors. And when I got to investigate the story, I go, wow, 20 years. And here I am 20 years later. And it just came to fruition. I was in the schools working in Shawnee Mission, Kansas, when they first signed a $40-something million deal to ensure that all kids from 7th grade, the middle school and up, had access to taking computers home. And then guess what happened? COVID really was like, everybody. I was in Best Buy during COVID, and a woman was like, do you know which one I should get? I said, what are you doing? And she was like, well, my kids gotta have an iPad because they're doing everything online now. I said, well, that's a good one. It works. It'll work. So, Jamal, what do you think is going to be one of your better or best ideas?
I don't got it yet, man, but I know the tools and some of the behind the scenes strategies that you need to be able to build up to put you in a race.
There you go.
That's what I got access to.
And that's important too, people. Sometimes it's knowing you at the starting line with Usain Bolt. See, some people work about Usain coming in first, but you know how hard they all had to work to be the top 10 or 8 in the world? And being in that room, there's a lot of people who took that and leveled up, to say the least, and still were able to become winners long term. So what about yourself, Ab?
If I wouldn't, I have like several ideas, but if I was to put it in simple terms, I would say it would have to be something like a subscription-based model where I'll offer a service to clients, and they will subscribe and come back and refer more. Pretty much, yeah.
There you go. And people, I do believe, Kat brought up the insurance thing. Trust me, I've thought about that on many components. Ab's seen the logo. He's got the logo for Pangea Pet Health along with Pangea Human Health, and he's seen. I'm only thinking about those exits and how we get there. So if any of the people that are sitting at this table work with me and vice versa, I work with them on things, I think we all end well. And the only reason why I need money is so I can change the world. That's the only reason I exist, to improve outcomes, to say the least. So, guys, for one, thank you for being unmotivated, a.k.a. staying motivated. Even more importantly, thank you for sitting down and sharing a little bit of your story, telling a little bit about yourself, and stay tuned, people, because we have more coming. Remember, if you're looking for credit solutions, reach out to Offer Credit. Kat and Jamal, that's one of their businesses. If you're looking for branding, marketing, website development, hit up Wiseout. Wiseout on all platforms.
Yes, wiseoutdigital.com.
There you go. And if you have dog problems, don't call me. Take care of your dogs.